The 2006 Nevada State Quarter is one of the most striking coins in the entire 50-state quarters program, a program that ran from 1999 to 2008 and honored each of the 50 states with its own reverse design. Nevada, the Silver State, was the 36th state to enter the Union, admitted on October 31, 1864, in the midst of the American Civil War. To celebrate this rich history, the U.S. Mint released the Nevada State Quarter in early 2006, and it instantly became a favorite among collectors and the general public alike. The coin proudly bears the date 1864 on its reverse, signifying Nevada's year of statehood, and 2006 on the obverse, showing the year of its release. This blending of dates creates a powerful link between past and present, between the birth of the state and the modern commemoration of its enduring legacy. The obverse of the coin, as with all state quarters, carries the classic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This design, created by John Flanagan in 1932 and slightly modified by William Cousins for the State Quarters program, shows Washington in a left-facing profile. Above his head is the word Liberty, while to the left we find the national motto, In God We Trust. The mint mark, in this case a bold D for the Denver Mint, is placed just to the right of Washington's ponytail. The year of issue, 2006, is inscribed at the bottom. For collectors, the mint mark is highly important. Quarters minted in Denver with the D mark are distinguished from those struck at Philadelphia, P, or San Francisco, S, which usually produced proof versions. This distinction can affect the rarity and value of the coin, especially in higher grades of preservation. The reverse design of the Nevada Quarter is truly a work of art and rich symbolism. At the center of the coin, 3 wild Mustangs gallop freely across a rugged landscape, symbolizing Nevada's untamed spirit and its wide-open spaces. Horses have long been associated with the American West, freedom, and exploration, and the Mustang in particular represents the wild and enduring soul of Nevada. Behind them, the Sierra Nevada mountains rise majestically, anchoring the scene with natural grandeur. Above the horses is a radiant sun, its beams stretching across the sky as if blessing the land. Surrounding this image is a wreath made of sagebrush, Nevada's official state flower, adding a delicate yet symbolic frame to the bold imagery of wild nature. The inscriptions on the reverse read Nevada, 1864, the Silver State, and 2006. Each detail was carefully chosen to highlight the state's identity. The silver mines that fueled its early economy, the wild Mustangs that embody its frontier heritage, and the sagebrush that defines its natural environment. Y. One of the most important aspects of this coin is its reminder of Nevada's nickname, the Silver State. In the mid-1800s, Nevada was famous for its massive silver deposits, particularly the Comstock lode discovered in 1859. This discovery transformed Nevada's economy and played a huge role in its rapid path to statehood during the Civil War. President Abraham Lincoln and the Union sought Nevada's wealth of silver and gold to help finance the war effort. Thus, Nevada's entry into the Union in 1864 was not only symbolic, but also strategically essential. By featuring the Silver State on the quarter, the coin connects today's citizens with this deep historical narrative of wealth, survival, and patriotism. Holding this coin is almost like holding a small piece of Nevada's mining past. When it comes to mintage, the 2006 Nevada Quarter was struck in large numbers, both at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with total circulation mintages exceeding hundreds of millions of pieces. However, the D mint mark quarters from Denver are particularly sought after in the western part of the United States, while the P mint mark coins were more common in the eastern states. In addition, the U.S. Mint also produced special proof and silver proof versions of the coin at the San Francisco Mint, targeted toward collectors. These proof coins, with their mirror-like finishes and frosted details, are especially valued in coin collections today. The wide distribution of circulation coins means that while the Nevada Quarter is not rare in general, pristine, uncirculated, or error-struck examples can carry significant premiums. Speaking of errors, collectors are always on the lookout for varieties and mistakes on these quarters. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins struck on wrong planchets can make an ordinary Nevada Quarter worth far more than face value. In some cases, error Nevada Quarters have been auctioned for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and demand. Even slight misstrikes or unusual dye varieties can spark excitement among numismatists, especially when combined with the already iconic imagery of wild mustangs and Nevada's silver heritage. Now let us consider the value of the 2006 Nevada quarter today. In ordinary circulated condition, this coin is generally worth its face value of 25 cents, since so many were minted and used in everyday transactions. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional coin grading services, can fetch between $1 and $5, with some exceptional pieces selling for even more. Proof versions in pristine condition, particularly the silver proofs, can sell for $10 to $20 or higher, depending on demand and market trends. Error coins or rare varieties can range dramatically in value, from $50 up to several $100s or more, making them the true treasures of Nevada quarter collecting. For collectors, even an ordinary piece can hold sentimental value, as it represents not just currency, but also a miniature historical monument to the state's culture and heritage. In conclusion, the 2006 Nevada State Quarter with the D mint mark is more than just a piece of pocket change. It is a coin that tells the story of Nevada's entry into the Union during the Civil War in 1864, celebrates its silver mining legacy, honors its natural beauty through the imagery of wild horses and sagebrush, and reflects the artistic and cultural mission of the 50 State Quarters program. While its face value remains 25 cents, in the world of collectors it can range from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars, depending on condition, grade, and presence of errors. For anyone who holds this coin today, it is not merely metal. It is history, art, and a symbol of America's Western frontier spirit, all captured in a single $quarter piece. Today's market value summary. Circulated, 25 cents face value. Uncirculated, MS, 65 plus $1 to $5 plus. Proof version, $10 to $20 plus. Rare errors, $50, several $100s. The 2016 quarter dollar from the United States of America is a coin that reflects not only monetary value, but also history, artistry, and national heritage. This coin belongs to the celebrated America the Beautiful Quarters program, which was launched in 2010 and continued until 2021. Each year, 5 different designs were issued to honor national parks, historic sites, and important landmarks across the 50 states and territories. The 2016 series is particularly special because it represents 5 unique sites: Shawnee National Forest in Illinois, Cumberland Gap National Historical Park in Kentucky, Harpers Ferry National Historical Park in West Virginia, Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, and Fort Moultrie at Fort Sumter National Monument in South Carolina. Every coin tells a story about America's natural beauty and cultural identity. And when we talk about the 2016 quarter dollar minted in Denver, we are looking at a circulating piece of metal that carries these stories in its design. The obverse, or front, of the 2016 quarter follows the traditional style introduced in 1932. It bears the portrait of the nation's founding father, George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This portrait has remained on the quarter for decades, symbolizing leadership, resilience, and freedom. Above Washington's head, we see the proud word liberty, which has always been the foundation of the American dream. To the left, the inscription, "In God We Trust," represents the spiritual and moral backbone of the United States. On the lower side of the obverse, we find the year, 2016, which places the coin firmly in its era, and right next to Washington's portrait, under "In God We Trust," appears the Denver D mint mark, identifying that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. The Denver facility has been one of the most important production centers for American coinage since the early 20th century, and its mark adds both authenticity and collectability to the quarter. Turning to the reverse, each of the 5 2016 designs has its own unique story. The Shawnee National Forest quarter depicts a majestic scene of Camel Rock, surrounded by lush wilderness, capturing the natural glory of Illinois. The Cumberland Gap design presents a pioneer with a rifle, facing westward, symbolizing exploration, expansion, and the opening of the gateway to the western frontier. Harpers Ferry features the John Brown Fort, a powerful reminder of the struggles over slavery and freedom that shaped the nation's history. Theodore Roosevelt National Park's design portrays the great president on horseback, reflecting his adventurous spirit and his role in conservation. Finally, The Fort Moultrie quarter illustrates the heroic defense of the fort during the Revolutionary War, with Sergeant William Jasper holding the regimental flag under fire. Each reverse design was crafted with extreme detail, turning an ordinary 25-cent piece into a miniature work of art and a teaching tool about American history. From a technical perspective, the 2016 quarter is composed primarily of copper and nickel, following the standard clad composition introduced in 1965 when silver was removed from circulating quarters. Its diameter measures 24.26 millimeters, its thickness is 1.75 millimeters, and it weighs 5.67 grams. The edge is reeded, giving it the familiar texture we recognize when holding it between our fingers. Even though billions of quarters are produced each year, the combination of design, mint mark, and condition gives every coin its own level of appeal to collectors. While most 2016 quarters were struck for circulation and spent in everyday transactions, uncirculated examples, proof strikes, and error coins can command a premium in today's collector market. Coins that show strong details, no scratches, and full mint luster are especially prized by hobbyists who build complete sets of America the Beautiful quarters. The value of a 2016 quarter with a D mint mark depends largely on its condition and the specific design it carries. In ordinary circulated condition, it usually holds its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated rolls and proof editions can sell for higher amounts, ranging from a few dollars to significantly more depending on demand. Error coins, such as those with double strikes, off-center images, or unusual planchet flaws, can reach much higher values, sometimes tens or even hundreds of dollars, because rarity and uniqueness always attract collectors. For those who collected the full America the Beautiful set, the 2016 issues are crucial pieces in completing their albums, ensuring that these quarters remain more than just pocket change. Beyond monetary worth, the 2016 Denver minted quarter dollar is a time capsule of American pride and creativity. It serves as a circulating museum, where each reverse design is a window into the landscapes and moments that shaped the United States. Holding one of these coins is like holding a fragment of history, a reminder that the nation values its natural wonders and historic trials enough to commemorate them on the currency used by millions daily. For the casual user, it might simply pass through their hands in a purchase, but for the collector, it is a treasure worthy of study and preservation. Even decades from now, the 2016 quarters will remain a shining chapter in the story of American numismatics.